Hey, Steve Young here, and you're watching 101 Sports.
Well, the season has barely begun, but it's already time to start analyzing college basketball. Here to help me do that is Chris Bunn. Chris, thanks for coming back on the show. It's good to see you. So let's get into it a little bit. A lot of the talk in early college basketball circles is on Diaper Dandies, the freshmen. Give me a couple to look out for here early in the season.
Well, first of all, my favorite freshman so far has been Terrence Jones. He plays with an attitude that you rarely see. Some would call it a little spoiled, some would call it a little cocky, but he plays with the game. He says, I'm going to dunk on you, and I want you to do something about it. I absolutely love it. He's averaging 21 points a game, 10 boards, 3 blocks, 2 steals, shooting 46% from 3. The guy simply does everything possible. Another guy I loved watching so far is Kyrie Irving. Plays absolutely way ahead of any pace that is in college basketball.
That's your guy, huh?
That's my boy. Yeah, he's averaging 14.5 points a game, 6 assists, 4 boards, shoots great from 3. Another guy we talked about, Jared Sullinger. Elton Brand-esque, 15 points, 8 boards. He's played very well so far, and he's done a great job for them.
Interesting. Well, those freshmen are getting off to a good start. A lot of things going their ways, but a couple guys are getting in trouble at Kansas and Kentucky. Some eligibility concerns over there. Let us in on that a little bit.
Well, Terrence Jones actually probably wouldn't be dominated if it wasn't for Enes Kanter. Enes Kanter is a Turkish pro that was paid over $33,000, what was necessary for his expenses. Now, what we see here is the NCAA, they really cracked down hard on student athletes this year. Josh Selby, point guard at Kansas, has a 9-game suspension for getting getting paid $5,000 while being recruited, as well as his relationship with Bay Frazier, who is Carmelo Anthony's business manager. Now, his mother said that they're simply just friends and they were helping him out, but because of that relationship, the NCAA suspended him 9 games, and they're really cracking down hard this year.
Interesting. Now let's transfer from that to maybe we'll talk about some of the same freshmen. Freshmen have been Player of the Year candidates before, but who are the real Player of the Year candidates this year?
I'm going to go back to Terrence Jones. He's been the best player so far that's not named Kemba Walker, and I'll get to him in a second. Terrence Jones, he reminds me a lot of Michael Beasley, if you remember from a few years ago.
Of course.
Scores, rebounds, does everything, and he might be the only weapon on their team. Brandon Knight's a solid player, but whatever. Kemba Walker right now is the best player in the land. 30 points a game, 3 assists, 3 boards, does everything for the UConn team. And they're a team with a ton of freshmen, so you know he's going to have to carry them for the rest of the way.
Wow, well, UConn made a big jump after they beat Michigan State and Kentucky in the
all the way up to number 7.
Unbelievable. Now, they may not be a national title contender, but who are we looking at as some of the teams that will contend in the end?
Well, you're absolutely right. UConn isn't necessarily a title contender. They have 5 freshmen that they play regularly. It's not something you can depend on to win a national title, win a 6-game single-elimination tournament. However, there are 3 teams that I'd like to call in the top tier right now, Kansas, Duke, and Ohio State. Kansas is the best shooting team in the country right now, and they don't even have Josh Selby, who might be their best player. They defend the 3 better than anyone. They pass the ball better than anyone. They simply are the best team playing right now. Duke is probably the most talented team. They haven't put it all together right now. They've shown flashes where they can be a dominant team, but they haven't put a complete game together. They have Michigan State coming up, which could be a very interesting barometer. Ohio State, probably the most versatile, complete team in the land, and they're very experienced.
If that comes to reality, Ohio State Duke, you better watch your back, man.
I'll be right there.
How about those Buckeyes, man? All right, well, it's time for another commercial break, but when we come back, Christian will be joined by Alex Sharon and Billy O'Riordan to talk NBA and tell you who the best team in the East is. Don't touch that remote.